Well, it looks like the euro has made up its mind here. It's been so bullish. The bullish ideas are working out and it's killing the bearish ideas. It's just been relentlessly bullish across the board. What it has done, it's served as a good reminder, however, that there's no control over this market. There are guides, there are approximations, there are evaluations, but control isn't there. Now, on Euro New Zealand, the bullish streak is pretty clear now. All I want to reiterate actually is that for a few weeks I was calling for a correction down to this area, and we eventually got it. And it turned into a simple three-wave move. Now, I was projecting a move lower, which I wish had happened because it would have served as a better entrance point. But there's no control over that. When there's a simple three-wave move, I just have to accept that it may be the end to all the correction. I did mention in the weekend that if there's a bullish, if the market takes on a more bullish view, it may simply end here at this point, which unfortunately is what happens, though that's simply how it is. And now across the board, the euro is pushing up with a lot of force, and this is coming in, actually just to deal with this pair first. There's a good trader called Elliott Wave Speculator on YouTube, and he gave this chart a particular count, which is the kind of thing I cannot do except in retrospect. The view on Euro Australian dollar. Right, this is the 5-wave move. This was being traded from the low. Now the issue is that in this segment here, if that's going to be wave 2, it's the kind of thing that I can only label after it happens. It's a series of threes and a 5-wave move. The issue is that this low truncated here, and I cannot guess that ahead of time. Now the issue I had with it, I was selling into this, which worked out for what, 8 hours maybe, 12 hours or so, and then got crushed. This kind of thing right here, I cannot really label it as an impulsive wave. So that's just how it goes. I don't see that as impulsive. Now, if you view, now it's obviously bullish now, so it simply has, the count simply has to be forced for wave 1, 2, and then a bullish sequence from here. There may be another slant on this, possibly, but for now it's looking relentless. It's also killing off, or trying to, the Euro-Canadian idea. Euro-Pound's just going sideways for now. But across the board, the euro has been relentless. And what we have here in euro-US dollar is a serious threat, I think, because the dollar is just falling. The dollar is looking very bearish. Now, I like the leading diagonal idea if it does happen. How this could be interpreted on the euro-US dollar out of the triangle, this move here, which I was calling a diagonal for a possible leading diagonal, it will have to be read as an ending diagonal if this does take on a more bullish view. This is just guessing at the moment, but if this does take on a more bullish view, this segment here will have to be a very sharp ending diagonal. I mean, the diagonal is apparent. The issue is that the interpretation of it was set up as bullish rather than the end of a bearish view. So if this does turn into some kind of leading diagonal here, which it may, but so long as it's under resistance here, I'll look at this still as correct there. But if it does turn into something like a leading diagonal, it'll be like I mentioned on the dollar yesterday. It may break this high a little bit, come down and correct in 3 waves, and then possibly break out. So I'm going to be cautious, or rather wary about this, because the dollar is not cooperating. And in situations like this, even though the whole pattern looks corrective, I'm only willing to adjust the count so many times before giving up on the idea. So some of the dollar pairs are working out. Pound still has an idea for a bit higher and then reversing. Australian dollar is working out, though somewhat grudgingly. And New Zealand US dollar has been difficult lately, as after this projected leading diagonal failed, I was looking for a bigger series of threes up, and that again has failed. So I'm a bit lost on this, frankly, right now. I'm just stepping aside from this. Once this idea failed, I simply stood back from this pair, and there's been no clear option there for me. So it's just something to observe. If you want to see a chart that has really been crushed, have a look at Euro Yen. This has been absolutely relentless. I stopped looking at this and trading this, and it was looking for a move actually lower, though that's obviously failed. And for the rest is mostly in line. The Canadian pairs, well, Canadian dollar is getting crushed at the moment. And Aussie New Zealand. Aussie New Zealand has been working out fine from the low off that daily hammer and is moving up now. I still have it at the moment in wave 1 of wave 3, unless you take this. There may be, I was taking this as wave 1 as I showed on the weekend. May be able to adjust this so this whole segment will turn into 5 waves and a correction will follow. I'll have to see how this follows over the next few days, but for right now it remains bullish. Bitcoin's still bullish and the rest is in line. Bitcoin has not failed yet. Actually, off this hanging man, it simply walked through it. So the overall idea is the same. Still looking for a new high above 1400 for now, unless there's some change, it appears. So yeah, that's it. No control. I simply have to take the chances when they appear. I can project another move from this all I want to, but sometimes a simple 3-wave move is enough, and that's how it's been here. So next levels on Euro New Zealand, I'm not sure about. I was calling for 158 quite a while ago. There is some resistance into here and across the board here. So maybe towards 158, 159, and see a break. Now, none of these gaps have been filled either on the Euro pairs, and Forex may not work exactly like stocks with gap fills. I see smaller gaps get filled, but on Sunday opens, I don't remember a time like this with 300 point gap, which is why I asked for information. So if anyone has it, let me know, please. All right, good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.